Spell in mid-afternoon by Congdon, 18 overs. Good, accurate, steady medium pace there for 36 runs. And Bock now about to start his 27th over. Could possibly be his last. The new ball will be due after this. And Botham's got a long way down. There's trouble here, and it's got to be Gower who goes. Well, great tragedy there for David Gower. Complete misunderstanding between these two. Gower didn't want to come. Botham insisted, so Gower tried to make his mark, but there was never any hope at all. So the end of a delightful exhibition from David Gower. Run out. The second Englishman to be run out here this afternoon. He's been applauded not only by the vast crowd here, but by the entire New Zealand team. And they're certain to see a lot more of him before his career finishes. 111 he made, gave a couple of chances, but nothing can be taken away from a fine exhibition of stroke play from David Gower. So 6 wicket goes down, the total on 208. Gower run out, 111.
England crept up to 279 all out, a lead of 45. Slow but very valuable batting, as it turned out, from Edmonds and Chris Old, and then Bob Willis coming in at number 11 gave them that advantage, and they went through until the last ball before lunch, when Edmonds was dismissed by Richard Hadley. The New Zealanders began their innings straight after the interval. They'd made 14 without loss when Ian Botham was coming in, and the batsman was Robert Anderson. That's exactly why Edmonds was brought across. He wasn't needed because Bob Taylor was across in front of first slip. A lot of swing there for Ian Botham. No real need for Robert Anderson to play it, but was drawn into the stroke. Willis to Howarth, who's not yet off the mark. Out, played on. Unlucky, but deserved wicket there for Bob Willis. 19 for 2 New Zealand, and they're in trouble. 45 behind on the first innings. Howarth dragging that one back on from the inside edge.
Willis to Edgar. And he's off the mark. So relief for the young 21-year-old. His first run in Test cricket after getting naught here in the first innings. John Wright on 16 as Willis comes in. And Edgar had come a long way down. If that return had hit, Edgar would have been on his way back. Lovely piece of work in the field by Phil Edmonds. My word, that was a risky run. He'll come onto that very quickly. It was a fine throw. It was only inches away from the end here that Wright was making for. Both of them extremely quick. Lovely piece of fielding. Throwing back in an instant. It's new over from Botham with Wright facing. That's edged away high over the slips and gully. Nobody down at third man, and John Wright will get 4 for it. Takes the score on to 30 now, and 25 of those have come from the bat of John Wright. And he's given him out LBW. So Botham strikes again, and that's a wicket that England needed, and one they really relish. John Wright, who'd held this New Zealand batting together so far, having made 25 out of a score of 30, goes LBW to Botham, and 3 New Zealanders are out now, and the score's on 30.
Get 4 for that. In the air through slip cordon, it went catchable height, but well wide of Radley, splitting Radley and Graham Gooch, the third slip and gully. .45 for 3, so the New Zealanders are on the board. In effect, They are 3 wickets down for naught, having been 45 behind on the first innings. Glenn Gooch. Comes up in 100 minutes for New Zealand. 51 for 3 they are, with Edgar moving on to 17. Burgess is 4. That's the best shot Bruce Edgar's played in this match so far. Right in the slot from Chris Old. And as good a stroke from the technical point of view as you'll see.
Botham to Burgess. And he's getting out this time. So a long period of defiance by skipper Mark Burgess ends when he's adjudged LBW. Botham takes another wicket, and New Zealand slumped to 70 for 4, losing their captain, LBW, for 7. Botham again to Edgar. That's a good shot. Nicely timed. So there's another sprint on. And once again, he's pulled it up just inside the rope. So 3 runs this time to the left-hander. Good, sound, competent shot there. Edmonds to bowl again. Edgar now on 38. And he's bowled him. So the partnership broken. Nicely flighted ball. Sufficient spin to beat the forward defensive there of young Bruce Edgar. And he goes for 38. 5 New Zealanders out now with the total on 86. That was a brave effort by this 21-year-old from Wellington, playing in his first Test match. Had to recover from the shock of a naught here in the first innings, and has battled his way very skillfully through for his 38 runs. Well, that's how the last wicket fell. End of a stubborn and very useful innings from the young left-handed bat.
Good shot. Three to Congdon to bring up the 100 for New Zealand, making them 55 ahead with 5 second innings wickets intact. Mike Brearley caught it. Edwards is out. 105 for 6 now, and that perfectly underlined a little earlier by Mike Smith when he was talking about hitting across the line with the ball pitching in the rough.
So Hadley off the mark. Signal there as Garfield's turning, coming back in fact for the second. Slight misfield by the Leicestershire cricketer. And that's bowled in through the gate. So it worked pretty well for that wicket. Didn't mind being driven through extra cover in the previous over. Tossed another one high. Richard Hadley falling for the bait, but there he was, leaving that gap between bat and pad. The ball spinning very nicely through it. He made 7.